All right, thanks, guys. I went 3-1 in my premium picks on patreon.com/Brock Page yesterday. That's going to put me at 30-13. My last 43 plays on that site, good for 70%. I'm also 15-3 in my last 18 extra daily picks on that site as well. And of course, the extra daily pick is a package that I offer on that site that's just $2.99 through the end of the month. One more thing to add, I'm a perfect 6-0. My last 6 college basketball package plays on that site as well. And the good news is I have a monster college basketball play going off tonight in that package. For more information, click the link in the description section below. Once again, that is patreon.com/Brock Page. Now, guys, we have a massive slate of NBA action here today, so let's go ahead and dive into it. Happy Friday to you. The weekend is finally here. The Mavericks are going to take on the Wizards in D.C. tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in the nation's capital. Dallas is -4.5 total at 234.5. We saw a half a point move toward the Mavericks and movement upward on the total. Dallas opened as the 4-point favorite, up to -4.5. Total opened 234, up to 234.5. Right now, Washington is plus $1.55 on the money line. Now, if you like Washington in this matchup here, just keep in mind they rank dead last in the NBA in offensive rebounding. They're also dead last in points allowed. They're giving up 121 points per contest on average. They're currently in 11th place in the Eastern Conference at just 17-32 overall for the year, 15 games under 500. Thomas Bryant is out for tonight's action. The Wizards are also in the bottom 3 in defensive field goal percentage, bottom 3 in defending the 3 ball. Now, Dallas on the other side, 17-7 straight up when traveling this year. They're also 19-5 against the spread on the road as well. Very, very good covering team when traveling. I guess if you're a Dallas backer, you want them to play on the road every game. But anyway, Dallas, top 3 in road scoring, top 3 in road offensive rebounding. Now, Luka Doncic is still out indefinitely, so I know a lot of folks who slide in the comment section and say Doncic is out. You know, we're all well aware of that. And on top of that, Porzingis, Curry, and Barea are listed as questionable. But if Porzingis does end up playing, which I think he will, he's averaging 18 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Of course, Tim Hardaway, 14 points a game, 3 rebounds for the Mavs. Dallas ranks in the top 10 in road offensive field goal percentage, top 3 in shooting the 3 ball on the road. They're averaging 118 points per contest away from home. Now, 4 out of Dallas's last 5 games did get over the number. They're also 15-9 to the over when traveling. Meanwhile, 6 out of Washington's last 7 got over the number themselves. They're also 30-19 to the over for the season. I'm going to lean toward the road favorite in this one. Give me Dallas -4.5 and the over 234.5 in that game. Next matchup, Grizzlies taking on the Sixers, 7 o'clock South Philly. The Sixers are 6.5, total 222.5. We saw a 1-point fade of Philadelphia and movement downward on the total. Nobody big on Philly right now. Could potentially be a trap game. But anyway, Philly opened 7.5 down to -6.5. Total opened 223 down to 222.5. Right now, the Grizzlies are plus 265 on the road here. Now, if you're leaning toward the Grizzlies in this matchup here, I'm on board with you. They're 6-1 straight up in their last 7. They also successfully covered the point spread in 6 out of those 7 games. They ranked in the top 10 in scoring, top 5 in offensive field goal percentage. Jaren Jackson, 18 points a game, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. John Morant, 17 points a game, 7 assists. And Dylan Brooks, 16 points a game, 3 boards for the Grizzlies. Memphis ranks in the top 10 in road scoring, top 5 in road offensive field goal percentage. Meanwhile, the Sixers on the other side, losers of their last 4 straight. They also went just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7. They failed to cover the point spread against the likes of Atlanta and Golden State during that stretch. Now, Philly ranks in the bottom 10 in scoring on average per game, bottom 10 in free throw percentage, really struggling from the stripe. And I know this sounds kind of like a bizarre stat, but if you're into historical trends, Philadelphia is just 2-8 straight up in their last 10 head-to-head matchups with the Grizzlies. Now, total-wise, Phillies 3-2 to the over in their last 5. Memphis 3-1 to the over in their last 4 themselves. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me the Grizz plus 6.5 and the over 222 and a hook in that game. Next matchup, Hawks taking on the Celtics, 7:30 Boston. The Celtics are minus 9.5, total at 230 and a hook. We saw a half a point move toward Boston and movement upward on the total. The Celtics open as the 9-point favorite, up to minus 9.5. Total open 230, up to 230 and a hook. Right now, the Hawks are plus 460 on the money line. Now, Atlanta just 6-21 straight up on the road this year, really struggling away from home. They also covered just 9 out of those 27 road games. Jeff Teague is listed as questionable for tonight's action. Fernando and Reddish are doubtful. Capella and Bembry are out for the Hawks. Atlanta ranks in the bottom 10 in scoring, bottom 10 in offensive rebounding. This Hawk team is just 14-38 overall for the year, second to worst record in the Eastern Conference. A couple more things to add about the Hawks here. They rank in the bottom 3 in points allowed, bottom 5 in defensive rebounding. They're giving up 122 points per game on the road. Now, Boston on the other side, right in the middle of a 5-game winning streak. They've also gone 8-1 straight up in their last 9. They rank in the top 10 in offensive field goal percentage, top 3 in points allowed. Now, Daniel Tice, he is listed as out for tonight's action. Hayward, Walker, and Brown, they're listed as questionable. Having said that, though, Tatum, 22 points a game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Marcus Smart, 12 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Boston ranks in the top 10 in defensive rebounding, top 10 in points allowed at home. They're giving up just 105 points per contest at the TD Garden. Now, 2 out of Boston's last 2 games got over the number. Atlanta 80% of the over in their last 10 themselves. I'm going to lean toward the home chalk in this one. Give me the Celtics minus 9.5 and the over 230.5 in that game. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Friday's NBA action. Happy Friday to you. The weekend is finally here. Now, before we go ahead and dive into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube, I just want to quickly remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where we do daily premium sports picks on that website, beginning at just $1.99 per month. We're coming off another winning day. We went 3-1 yesterday in our 4 premium picks on that site. It's going to put us at 30-13 in our last 43 picks on that site. That is good for 70% in our last 43 picks collectively across all packages on that site. We improved to 15-3 in our last 18 extra daily plays on that site. The extra daily play is a package that I offer that's just $2.99 through the end of the month. And then finally, my college basketball package. We are currently 6-0 in our last 6 college basketball package plays. And the good news is this: I have a college basketball package play going off tonight. It is a monster play. Now, guys, you might be wondering, why would I buy a package from Brock when he gives me all the picks for free here on YouTube? And you're exactly right. I give you all the, opinions on the sides and the totals with regard to the NBA, a lot of basketball, NHL. But the problem with that is if you were going to bet every single game on the board, side and total, with your hard-earned money in real life, you are guaranteed to lose all of your money in the long run. And as a matter of fact, you're probably going to end up losing in the short run as well. It's just way too many games. The books want you to, play that many games because the math becomes aggressively against you the more action you have like that. And the books are way too smart. They're way too sharp, and they have too much money. They have more money than you, so they can absorb action like that, whereas you cannot. So what I do on Patreon, I make life a lot easier for you. I break it down and focus in on 4 to 5 premium picks per day. They're high percentage picks, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, my current Patreon record is a whole lot better than it is here on YouTube, throwing darts, handicapping every single game on the board side in total. Now, I don't give any stay-away games. I don't take any free passes. I do give you the benefit, of the doubt of giving you, an opinion on every single game side in total. But I won't break down a game for 5 minutes and then tell you it's a stay-away game or take this team or pass. I'll let you know who I think. But I implore you, please do not bet every single game on the board with your hard-earned money. You will not get the job done. You probably want to check me out on Patreon. And like I said, I'll make life a lot easier for you. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some more free lines of personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got the Raptors taking on the Pacers. And that's going to be an 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Indiana. Now, we have ourselves a good old-fashioned pick'em contest in this game. Total at 218.5. Indiana did open as the 1-point favorite. We saw a 1-point fade of Indiana with regard to the spread. We also saw a half a point move upward on the total. So the Pacers opened as the 1-point favorite down to a pick'em contest. Total opened 218 up to 218 and a hook. 68% are leaning Toronto. 84% shaded toward the over. Now Toronto, right in the middle of a 12-game winning streak. They won their last dozen straight. They rank the top 3 in shooting the 3-ball, top 5 in points allowed. They're currently in second place in the Eastern Conference at 37-14. Now, Gasol and Hernandez, they are listed as out for tonight's action. But Pascal Siakam, he's averaging 24 points a game, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Kyle Lowry, 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, 7 assists for him. And Freddie Van Fleet, 18 points a game, 7 assists, and 2 steals. We're looking at a Toronto team who ranks in the top 3 in defensive field goal percentage. They're also first in the NBA in points allowed on the road. They're giving up just 104 points per contest when traveling. Now the Pacers on the other side, losers of their last 3 straight. Oladipo and TJ Warren, they are listed as questionable for tonight's action. That could be a major problem for Pacer backers. The Pacers rank in the bottom 5 in offensive rebounding, bottom 10 in home scoring. Now, 5 out of the Pacers' last 6 games did get over the number. Meanwhile, Toronto 70% to the over in their last 10. I'm going to lean toward the road team in this one. Give me Toronto winning this one outright in the pick'em and the over 218.5 in that contest.